Hi everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I hope you're all doing really well and in the festive spirit. We are very close to Christmas now and yeah, I'm so glad to be back and filming another video. I've been very busy over the last couple of weeks and due to that obviously I haven't had many videos out on my channel. By the time you see this, the video with all of the pictures for my embellishments in November colour along will be up, which is really exciting. But yeah, I had my piano exam yesterday, which I think went quite well, but obviously I was practicing for that, so I haven't filmed anything or coloured that much really over the last week or so, which I hope you can understand. And as I said, I've had stuff to do for mocks. I've got them in January, so it's been busy as it normally is. But I'm here today to do a haul showing the things that I got in London and a couple of other bits that I got around that time, but this is part 2 to my birthday haul. So I got some money transferred into my account from my parents to spend, and I haven't actually spent much of it really, because I had vouchers and things. But I have actually decided with some of their money to get a colouring cart to put under my desk. So the shelving kind of thing I've got at the moment is falling apart and it's made of metal and it's not the best to keep all my colouring stuff in. So I found one on IKEA which hopefully will fit, and I'm really excited for it to come. Unfortunately it's not coming until the 19th and it's currently the 11th of December, so it's going to take a while, but I'm really excited for it to come so that I can build it and put my things in. I've had a huge clear out of my shelves and everything in here, so I might do a video showing my colouring cart and what I've decided to put in it. If that's something that interests you, I really appreciate you letting me know. But yeah, I'm really excited to show you everything that I've got. And as I said, this is part 2 to the birthday haul that I did a couple of weeks ago. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to go and check it out. So before I show you those, I just wanted to show you the things I'm working on currently this month. As I mentioned, I've had hardly any time to colour this month, but I am currently working on the Inky Advent Calendar by Joanna Basford, and I'm only on day 4, so I am loads of days behind, but I'm hoping to catch up. And usually when we've been watching TV or in the evenings, I've been colouring one of these. So I'm using my Black Widow pencils, just the 72 set, which I'm really proud of, because I'm just sticking to one, and I keep them in this lovely case. My mum has hinted that I may be getting the 48 set to add to my collection, and if so, I do have a couple of spare cases that I can put them in. But as you can see, I am a few days behind, but I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far, and hopefully I'm going to catch up. The other thing I've been working on is this postcard from I Believe in Fairies by Clara Markova, and I'm currently using Prismacolors for this. I'm following Chris Chang's tutorial that she did at the beginning of December, I think, or November time, I'm not sure, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm using Arteza white gel pen for these bobbles, and then I think she used a Posca marker for a base of red for this bow, but I actually used a fine liner. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's turning out, and I've been loving doing some Christmas colouring. It's really got me into the spirit, and there are a couple of pages that I really want to get round to, both in Kaneko Goose's new book Symphony of Cute Animals and also a page in Seasons, but I'm really not sure if I'm going to be able to get around to everything. I am allowing like days off and stuff obviously around Christmas. I'm not going to work on Christmas, but I do have revision to do. But yeah, that's those. And if you haven't seen the Black Widows before, I'll just show you a quick swatch of them if I can find it. Hang on a moment. Here we go. So these are the Black Widows, and as I said, this is the 324 sets, the Cobra, Scorpion and Black Widows, all the 24 sets to make 72, and I think they're really gorgeous. So that's what I'm currently working on so far in terms of winter and Christmas colouring. So I'm going to move those out of the way. I then did an order with my grandma before they have actually gone back to Devon now, but one of my favourite companies is Cambridge Imprint, and I wanted to get some papers that were quite Christmassy to do some tags with, maybe do a bit of wrapping and stuff. So these are sheets of wrapping paper, and if you bought 10, instead of them being £2.50 each, they were £2. So me and my grandma did kind of a split. She bought some and I bought some, and actually we ended up getting over 10, but the deal still counted, so that was good. So I'm gonna try not unroll all of this, otherwise it'll take me ages to put it back. But I got this red one, which I have had before. I absolutely love it. I've had this green one before also. This one I have had, but only in a smaller square, and I really like it. It reminds me a lot of holly. We have this starry one, which is a nice blue colour, and it really is quite wintry with all of the snowflakes. I think they actually are snowflakes, not stars. This is one of my favourite patterns. It's not necessarily that Christmassy because it is a pink and kind of orange vermilion colour, but I really love it, and it's one of my favourites, and I can never get really small sheets of it. So even if I don't use it for Christmas, I'll definitely be using it. We have this green one here. You can see I've already been using it, this darker green. And these are my favourites. This is a new starry one, which is pink and red, which they've put out for Christmas. And this starry one as well, which has the green. So I really love them, and they are so gorgeous. And I think it's really important, especially at this time, to support local businesses. I mean, oh, sorry, I just took the camera. Loads of people love Cambridge Imprint anyway. And as you know, when I was showing my stationery stuff that I made, lots of my stuff, oh, it's just broken. Lots of my stuff that I make in terms of stickers and things are using those papers. And I think it is really important during COVID to support local people. So as well as the order, you always get a free mini book from them. So I have a couple of blue ones, and we've given a few of them away, but these are really, really cute. And usually you would have to pay quite a bit for these, maybe like £2-3, but maybe even more. But these are so great, and I think they change them. Sometimes when I've had a few orders quite close together, it's been the same one, but I'm hoping that, you know, if I continue to get orders, then I may get different patterns and stuff. And I really like this pattern. I think they call it firework or something. I really like that. So I just wanted to show you something that I got, which was kind of separate to my haul in London last Saturday, but it was a Cyber Monday deal on Arteza, and in the end I decided to try out the Arteza Iconic fineliner pens. I'd had mixed reviews from people who had commented in a live stream, and I did look on Amazon and Arteza, and there had been a couple of negative reviews about them, but largely they were very positive. And you guys know that I absolutely love fine liners and using them as a base for my colouring, and I really wanted to branch out into a bigger set. And I did put up a post showing some Staedtler 60 fine liners and some of the Staedtler dual tip fibre tip pens. I decided to not go for either of those purely because I have lots of the Staedtler ones already, and I've got quite a few singles that I already use a lot, such as these pastel ones, and they all came in the set, so I wouldn't really be getting that many new ones. And also they sold out by the time I was looking at them a bit more. And the fibre tip pens, lots of you said, whilst the colour range is great, they're not ideal for basing, which is what I would be using them primarily for. So yeah, I decided to go for these, and I'm so happy with them. And I knew that even if they weren't quite what I was expecting, Arteza are great, and they do refunds, and their customer service is excellent. So yeah, it's really good. So this comes in 3 trays, and the colours are gorgeous. Oh, oops. Oh, there's me being a bit clumsy. So I will show you a swatch in a minute, but this is the first tray. And there are loads of light colours, which is exactly what I'm after. And then this one. The only thing there were 2 that I may contact them about, but to be honest, I'm not really bothered. This one was printed a bit weirdly. So the writing is on a different end, and also because of a bit of a malfunction at the bottom, it is a tiny bit shorter. But I'm sure if I sent them an email, they would send these, because people have said when they've had issues with their pencils, they send them replacements. So I may ask for a replacement for that. And also the black, which I wouldn't really use that much anyway because I have other black pens, is broken, so the tip wasn't there to begin with. So yeah, I may contact them about that. I'd really appreciate if you guys have had experience of their that if you're getting replacements for things and if it's been good. But it doesn't really bother me, and they were at such a good price. I think instead of £60 in the UK, they were 36, so I almost got them half price. And I believe Arteza are doing a 25% sale at the moment on their website, so I'd highly recommend checking that out before Christmas if you're looking to buy people presents. Yeah, I'm really pleased with these. I will show you a swatch of them. I'm just going to move these out of the way because I don't want to put them on the floor. Where did I put my swatch book? Here. Ooh, there we go. So I did swatch all of them out. So these are all the colours, and I really love the variety. As I said, there's some really nice light colours here, some really lovely pinks and purples, and obviously I use the light colours more for basing, but all of the others as well. Some of them are really nice and muted and they're not too dark, and I can see myself using these quite a lot just generally for writing, or if I just wanted to do a page with fine liners, something like that. They're really, really lovely. I love this grey that's almost purple as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. I really like them, and as I said, I may get those two fine liners checked out, but as I said, it doesn't really bother me. I've realised I've actually got quite a few things to show you before I actually show you the things I got in London. Some things I did mention that I had purchased from Etsy were some stationery bits, and they were some washi tapes. So I'm just going to open this. So because of ordering from Japan to the UK, and the lovely seller Eriko suggested that because I went over the £15 price, she would do 2 separate boxes for me. So I now have this box with all my washi tapes in. I did not buy all of these in this order. I did, however, get this box with a few others in, and I'm just going to grab the extra bits that I did buy. So lots of these I've had for a while, and I have bought a few over the past months, but as you will know from other haul bits. But I'll start by showing you these. So I did an order of the MT washi tapes, which are masking tape. They are, to me, the highest quality washi tapes you can get, and usually here they're about £3.50 or £3 depending where you go, you know what shops they are. They're usually quite expensive, and I do get them now and again, but these were about £1.80 each. I could not believe how cheap they were, and it was absolutely amazing. So I decided to get lots, as you can see. So I'm just going to hold them up here so you can see them. So these are all the same size, and as you can see, they come in lots of gorgeous patterns. These ones are the same, they're just different colours. I'd say my favourite is probably this vintage flowery one here, but they're all gorgeous. I really, really like them. Oh, oops. And a lovely note came with it, and I did do a review for her. She's an amazing seller and so lovely, and she sends pictures of the boxes before she sends them off, and it came in less than a week, I think, or pretty much just a week, as I couldn't believe it. And she wraps everything really well, and it actually came with extra washi tape samples, which I don't know if you do this, but I actually saved them just because I thought they could come in handy. So that is the main box where, well, they came on separate days actually, I think, just because of the post and stuff. So that was the first one. Let me just get this open. Ooh. And then this one had a few of the different size things. So this is not the MT tape, but these are little cherry blossom washi tape stickers on rolls, which are similar to things I've had before. This one is a pack of 3 mini tapes, which again were the same price as these tapes, but you get 3. And I forgot to mention, most of these are 10 meters. Some of them are 7, but most of them are 10, and they're gorgeous. And this one I love. It's a vintage tape with loads of different animals on and information about them. In lots of like Latin names and stuff, I think. It's so gorgeous. This one was a bit more expensive. This was about £3.50, but it's thicker, and you do get still 10 meters. Really, really amazing. So I was so excited when they arrived, and as I said, I couldn't believe how quickly they came. So that was a really lovely surprise. So they are the washi tapes. And then I also got these little stickers from another seller. I bought 2 packs because I knew I'd be using them a lot, and they were very inexpensive. They are little stamp stickers. Lots of them are foliage, but there are animals and things as well. And they're little stickers, and I thought they were so cute, and they're really gorgeous. And I can, you know, give them away or put them on letters. Obviously, I know I can't use them as an actual stamp. I'm going to struggle getting these back in now. But they're really nice stickers, and I can't wait to use them. So I also got a couple of extra freebie stickers as well. So I really love it when sellers are really thoughtful like that as well. And then finally, I got these little stickers, which are similar to the cherry blossom stickers. They're little circle, almost like watercolour washi tape stickers that come in rounds, and they are so cute and small. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. So these did all have names. I can't remember what they're called, but this one has basically all the colours, the rainbow. They're a bit darker. And then we have these ones, which I believe were called like Marshmallow Dreams or something. And you basically have an ombre of 2 colours on each of them. So it could be blue to purple, green to yellow, that sort of thing. And this one is, again, ombres, I think, but darker, more like these colours. And they're absolutely gorgeous. And again, they were really inexpensive. I think they were something like $1.70 each. And those 2 sellers for the last 2 things I showed you were both in the UK. If I remember, I will try and link them down below. Okay, so moving on to the things that I got in London. The first thing that I wanted to show you was this gorgeous tree, which is from a shop called Hemmer. There is a street, I can't remember what it is, I'm so bad with names and stuff. So there's a street that has a shop called Hemmer, and then Tiger, and then it has Paper Chase on the same street as well. So we kind of went to these shops because we had a bit of extra spare time and stuff. So oh, I love it so much. This was about £2, I think, and I really wanted it to just put on my desk because I have a fake tree that I got ages ago from Paper Chase, which is in my room, but I wanted something festive to put on my desk, and it's so cute, and it's a lovely green colour. And the great thing about this is that I can reuse it year after year because it has a magnet, so it stores really well, and it's like one of those honeycomb cards, if any of you have had those before, and then the magnets just attach up. So it stands really well. I love it, and I'm so pleased with that. What to show you next? Oh yeah, in Tiger, I just got a few of these washi tapes. I thought they'd be really good for my wrapping this year, and they are Christmassy, as you can see. I think these were about £2 as well. As you can see, they're really nice designs, and you get 5 meters for each of them. So these aren't as good quality as others, but I thought they're very Christmassy. They're really nice, and they're good to have because I don't want to be using really nice tapes all of the time, and I don't really have many Christmassy tapes either. I think I only have one red one, which is a striped white and red one, but these will be great, and I really love Tiger. From Paper Chase, let me just find these. The sale was absolutely amazing. They had most of their collections on sale, and I think some other stuff was on sale as well, but I decided to get these ribbons because I'm making tags, mostly with those papers that I showed you, which are mostly red and green. I needed some thinner ribbon because I did get some really cheap ribbon from the works, which worked fine, but it's quite thick, and I wanted some nice thin ribbon which would last me a while as well. So this is 5 meters for each of them, and I really love the colours because the red one is quite a pale red, and the green is obviously a bright green, but I really love those colours. So they had a huge ribbon section. I found it so hard to get ribbon where we were looking before the second lockdown, and I was so pleased that I found those. I also got this lovely tissue which was half price, and it's in their forest collection, and I love using tissue paper to wrap things, and I thought it was really, really cute. I've seen it before, and I think this ended up being £1.25 instead of £2.50. And just as a side note, I had a £5 voucher left from a Christmas voucher last year, and also I had a £5 treat me thing for my birthday on my loyalty card. So I only spent £11.25, but then I had those £10 off, so I only spent £1.25 with the stuff I got, which I couldn't believe. And I swear even now I've forgotten to show you something. Oh no, I haven't, because these tapes were £2.50 each, which for ribbon is actually pretty good. And then, as I said, the thing that I'm going to show you in a minute. So I couldn't believe that. So I basically got all of it for free, apart from paying for that, which is half price anyway. And the last thing that I got, I'm just going to put this up because it does have personal information on it. This is a weekly planner. So I was wanting to get one of these. I was looking at some of the rifle paper ones, which are very expensive. And in the end, the ones that I'd seen in shops weren't exactly quite right. And because I'm quite a busy person, I need space for each of the days, and a diary kind of it doesn't really work for me. I never find there's enough space. I always forget to use them, and this is just great having a weekly tracker, if you will, and I keep it on the side of my desk, and it's just so handy. So I write down all the things I need to do for the days. I write the number next to the day so that I know what the week is. There's some extra sticky notes here which you can pull off, a to-do list and a note section. So this is perfect. It's a really good size, and as you can see, I've already been using it. So hopefully this should last me a very long time, definitely up to GCSEs and stuff. So it was something that I'd been wanting to get. Originally it was £10 and then it was reduced to £5, and as I said, I didn't have to pay for it because of the vouchers. So that was very lovely. So that is that. I did also want to show you, we met up with our cousins, socially distanced of course, because you are allowed to in the UK. We met with them and sat outside and had a coffee. So my lovely cousin Rosie coloured for me a gorgeous picture, and I'm just gonna pick you up and show you. I've got it up on my wall here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and oh, it's so lovely, and it was very well done as well, because it was all in a tube, rolled up, and then we ironed it out, and I've got it on the wall. It's absolutely gorgeous. This wall soon is probably going to be quite busy because I'm planning on putting flashcards or mind maps and stuff up for various subjects, but it's so gorgeous, and I will definitely be keeping it up there. It's a lovely reminder as well, but yeah, I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Rosie, if you're watching. We went to Liberty, and I only got one thing for myself. I did buy a diary for my mum for Christmas, which she picked out, but I bought these washi tape flower stickers, which are similar to ones I've already got before, and as I mentioned, it's similar to the cherry blossom stickers that I bought in my stationery from Etsy. So these are little petals. Now the difference with this obviously is because they're petals, you have to build the flower up with 4 or 5 petals, and it's so cute. And this is a forget-me-not one, I believe. So I haven't started using them yet, but this is a pulley kind of sticker thing here, and then each of the petals peel off individually. So they're gorgeous. I do use them sparingly, but they're so good. And I found a seller actually on Amazon that sells them for a really good price. I think you can get 4 of these for about £5 or £6, and these are a bit expensive obviously because it's Liberty, but I love getting them there, and I generally, if they have a new one, I generally get one each time we go. And the final shop we went to was the Graphic Design Centre. We actually started off here, there even, but yeah, I'll show you these now. So the first thing I got was this Aquafine texture watercolour paper. I needed some more, both for art or whatever, if I want to print onto it for colouring. As you can see, it was reduced to £5, which was lovely, and this is really lovely. I believe it's cold pressed, 12 sheets, really thick. It's amazing. I don't really watercolour, but I'll be using gouache on this, and it's really good. So I'm really pleased to have found that. I was going to get some anyway, so that's really good. I got 2 more Caran d'Ache blenders, and these are new. So it has the blend that they used to make in the core of the pencil, but as you can see, it's like a pencil. I've already got one which I've been loving, so I thought I'd get a few more, and I was going to get some online, but I thought, well, if we're going to London, I'll wait and get them there. So they're really great. I definitely recommend them. I use it just as much as I would a Prismacolor one, and actually my Prismacolor one's running out, and I do need to get some more of them, but I really love it. And then I got 2 pens. So I got a Pitt pen in ivory, and I didn't really know what to expect with this actually, because the one that I have, the white one, is more opaque. This isn't opaque, so it doesn't go over lines really like this one does, but it's such a lovely colour, and I don't really have, I mean, for writing or highlighting and stuff, I don't really have a light yellow colour like this, so you can use them for highlighting and stuff, and it's really gorgeous. So I'm going to try and see if I can find the white one in the smaller nibs, because I've definitely seen them in sets and they're great. I just haven't got around to getting them yet. And the final thing I got was also a ivory uni Posca. So I have these white ones. I haven't actually opened this one yet, and this is the 5M, yeah, PC 5M. So I have sorted this out and started using it, and it's a really nice yellow colour. So if I wanted to outline anything or use this colour, it would be great. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have that as well. So they are the things that I got from the Graphic Design Centre. And the last thing, the big haul, is Lush. So I had a voucher from my grandparents, a very generous voucher, and I ended up exceeding it a little bit. But, you know, I knew it was going to be my big spend shop, and I'm so pleased with all the things that I got. If none of you are a fan of watching this part of the video, I totally understand. Feel free to go off the video now, because if Lush isn't your thing and you're only here to see kind of stationery stuff, then yeah, totally understand. But I'm going to show you it. I also have this, which I bought a while ago, and I think I mentioned it in a live stream or a video, but this is After the Rain body lotion, and this is the same scent that Joanna Basford used when she gave the soaps to people when she was sending out her books. I believe it was for World of Flowers. It's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. It's the lime rose and sandalwood scent, and yeah, it's basically a body lotion. You can use it all over if you want. I sometimes use it as hand cream as well. It's gorgeous, and I know it's going to last me ages, and I got it from my mum's work, and I love it so much. Yeah, Arran, so the scent of Scotland. But yeah, it's going to last me ages. I absolutely love it. Anyway, I have a huge bag here of things to show you. It's massive. So, oh gosh, where to start? It smells absolutely divine. I'm just going to get started. This, what I've tried to do is not use any of the things that I know will look used if I show them to you now. So what I've done is kind of saved them until now. I have started using this, however, and this was a new deodorant that my mum actually got me. I've been wanting to try a few of theirs, and the rose petals have actually come off this, but it's a really lovely citrusy scent. And forgive me, I can't remember all the names of these things, but this one is so lovely, and it's more of a dry powdery deodorant than the other one that I tried. I believe the Aromaco one is more of a creamy type bar, but this one's great, and it has lots of talcum powder in, obviously, and it smells so good. I really love that. Yeah, my mum very kindly got that for me, and she also got me the Snow Fairy shower gel, which is their like prime Christmas scent. It's their best-selling scent, I believe, and it's a lovely like candy floss sweet scent, but it's not really sickly. It may be for some people, but it is really sweet and really refreshing. And this one, because it's their most popular, it's their cheapest shower gel. Usually these are going for about £6-7 each, but this is only £5, and I know for shower gel that's quite a lot. But for Lush, I mean, I generally all year round don't really buy anything from there. I do, I mean, I buy odd things here and there, but I went last year and had a voucher, and that's kind of my spend out for the year, and I've still got things from, you know, last year that have lasted me a long time. So they do last a while, and I absolutely love them. To go along with this Snow Fairy shower gel, I got this fairy dust dusting powder, which is the same scent as the shower gel, same size bottle. You get 100 millilitres in these, by the way. And this dusting powder is glittery, and it's again the exact same scent. I will show you. This is quite expensive, but again, I know it's going to last me a very long time. And you basically just dust it like you would talcum powder, and I don't even think oh yeah, the glitter's kind of picking up, but it's so shimmery, so it's gorgeous. Really love that. I got a replacement shower gel called the Olive Branch. It's my favourite shower gel from them. It's made of olives. It's such a gorgeous scent. and it's really subtle as well. Some of their scents, I know what people mean when they say when they walk past Lush they can just smell it. Some of their scents are quite bold, but this one's really nice and subtle, and it's a lovely orange colour, which I wouldn't really expect to like, but I really do. This is probably about my 3rd or 4th bottle now of this. I probably should upgrade and get the bigger one to save myself money, but this was £6, I think. And as I said, it's my absolute favourite. I didn't count this as part of my voucher money because it was just a replacement. Like the deodorant, my mum very kindly bought that for me. She didn't count it because not that they're boring stuff, but they were stuff that I needed, and it's not a new thing that I was trying for the first time, so that was kind of separate from that. What else do we have? This was one of my big spends, and this is a highlight bar. It's in their makeup section, and I think it was about £12. Now for makeup, generally that's very good in terms of price. And it's gorgeous. It's a rose gold type bar. It looks like a lipstick, but it's a very lovely metallic colour, and you basically rub it in. So it's like a highlighter that you'd put on your cheeks or, you know, wherever you want. And again, it's quite glittery and shimmery. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but this one was really nice. It blends in really well, and I was trying them out, and the lady was really lovely. She was letting me test them, and I was conscious that I didn't want one that was too dark that wouldn't blend in, but equally there were some that were really bright white, and I just knew I'd never get them to blend in. So this was really good, and I'm so excited to use it. And this is called Pipit. And I got this, which was £1, and it's a Charity Pot body lotion that is a naked body lotion, so it's a solid one, and it's a really nice scent. And the Charity Pot, they give money to charity, and I have the hand cream or body lotion that is in the same scent as this, which you can get for £1 in a little 10-gram pot, and I'm so excited to use that. It's lovely. And they put all of their stuff in kind of this grease-proof kind of film thing, if there are things that are naked that can, that's what they call it, like a naked bar or whatever, that could melt. I did get a few testers. They're very, very kind with things. If you want to try stuff out, they do let you. I actually only got 3, but some of them very kindly gave 2 to try. Trying to match them up now. So this is a Once Upon a Time apple body lotion, and I have smelled it before, and it's delicious. It's bright green. It looks a bit weird, but it's a really nice, fresh, crisp apple scent, and I think it's got a hint of cinnamon in it as well. So I got 2 of those because the lady is very kind. This is the Rose Argan body conditioner, which is a rose scent. It's gorgeous, and I actually ended up getting it. So I asked for the sample before I ended up getting it, so that's great. I have a little bit extra of that. And the final thing was this orange body scrub. So you use this in the shower, and it has salt in it. It's really exfoliating. It gets rid of dead skin cells and things like that, and it smells delicious. Again, it's an orange scent, and these are all their Christmassy scents, apart from the Rose Argan one. These are their kind of new Christmas things. So yeah, they were really nice. And I love having these little pots as well, because then, like with this Rose Argan body lotion, I could put a bit in and take it to school, because it's so much more accessible if it's in a smaller pot. Okay. Oh, I've had this before, and it's one of their new Christmas things. And it's so cute. It's a little hippo, and it's named I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. And it's after that song called I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. They tend to do that. They name a lot of their things after songs. It's amazing. It smells so good. This is one of their scents that just reminds me of Lush. When I think of Lush, I think of this scent. And it's amazing. I absolutely love it. And I had it before. I think this was about £2.75. It's one of their cheaper bath bombs. And I just knew I had to get another. Really, really love it. I have another bath bomb here, which is in the shape of a snowman, and it's so cute. I haven't had this one before. Again, it's a nice lavender scent. I believe it's similar to their Sleepy scent, which is a lavender scent, and I really like that one. That was again another of their cheaper bath bombs. Usually lots of their bath bombs are kind of around the £4-5 mark, even £6 or £7 depending how big they are, but that one was cheaper, and I think it was about £3.50. And I tend to get more days out of mine as well. I don't like using big things all in one go. I do try and save them. So that bath bomb could last me 2 baths. This I'm really excited about. My mum really wanted me to get it as well. Sorry, I just took the camera. This is a bubble bath, and it's in the shape of a fig, and it smells of fig. It's absolutely gorgeous. This was more expensive. It's actually rubbing, it's kind of not melting, but it's quite... my hands are quite warm. It is absolutely amazing, and they've created a line so that you can kind of break it in half, but these take me ages to use, so they last me ages, and it's so worth it. I think it was about £6 or £7. Oh, it smells so good, and look at that. I mean, that is art. It's amazing. I love it, love the colour, love the scent, love everything about that. This I had last year. I had a spare one that I bought last year especially to save, so this one will probably get used for next year, and I'll just keep buying replacements of it. It's the candy cane bubble bar. I did get quite a few bubble bars, but they last me ages, and they last for so long as well that they don't go out of date. I mean, the one that I'm using currently, that I just started of this one, works absolutely fine, and I've had it a year, so they're great. This one smells delicious as well, and it's one of their cheaper ones. I think it's about £4, and this, I think, last year lasted me about 15-20 baths, which usually for some people it doesn't, but these are the hard bubble bars that last a long time, whereas this one I believe is a bit of a softer one that you're meant to crumble up. I don't do that. That one smells delicious. This is the other bubble bar that I got, which is an elf one. I believe it's meant to be like an elf shoe, and this is another citrus scent. I believe it's got a hint of like coconut in it or something like that. It's quite tropical, and it's gorgeous. Again, it works the same as the candy cane one. It's going to last me ages, and that's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. This I've had before. I really wanted to try it again. It is a plum shower bomb, and as the name, it literally smells of plum. It's glittery as well. These are very small, and they are about £2.75, £2.50, but they last me about 3 baths. They basically foam up, and I take the layer of foam and use it, but then I don't use all of it. I like to get my money's worth out of all of them, which I know some people would just use one in one go, but I like to elongate them out as much as I can. I believe this is another shower bomb. Yes, so this is the other shower bomb that I got. It's the Rudolph Nose one, which I got last year. As you can see, it's very glittery. This is another kind of staple scent. It's very much like the candy cane one as well, and that one's gorgeous. I love it. I loved it last year, and I love it again now. And the final thing I got was a gift box, which again was my other kind of big spend. And this has 2 things in it. So it has the rose jam shower gel, so I have 3, which is great. This is the same scent as the rose argan body conditioner, so this was the free sample that I was telling you about. This is such a lovely scent. It's really fresh and rosy, and the colour is gorgeous as well. It goes really nicely with my olive branch one and the snow fairy. The snow fairy does have glitter in it as well. And then the Rose Argan body conditioner. Usually you can only buy this in tubs that cost £18, and I don't know how many grams that relates to, but this is the only way that you can get it in a smaller amount for cheap, for a cheaper amount. So this on its own would probably be about £6 or £7, and this I don't know how much it would be, but together it was £14, which they're probably ripping me off about £2 or £3 or so, but to me it's worth it because I'm getting 2 things still less expensive than buying a huge tub of this, and the body conditioner lasts me a long time anyway, so I don't really want to be buying something that's £18, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's so good, and I'm really pleased to have this now, and that's probably the way to go about it really, because I know that I'm going to love the shower gel because it goes along with this, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So that's everything that I've got to show you. Gosh, I was not expecting the second part to be as long as the first, but it has ended up being that, hasn't it? I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I know it was a bit different having the Lush stuff at the end, but it was my big spend out of everything that I bought in London. I had such a lovely time. I'm going to be probably putting some photos up on Instagram or at the beginning of the video. I've obviously forgotten to mention it at the beginning of the video, but it will be a week or so late, but that doesn't really matter. But it was so fun, and it was really quiet as well. Obviously because of COVID, not many people are going in, but it got very busy like after lunchtime, but in the morning it was nice and quiet. So yeah, as I said, thank you so much for watching this video. Everything's down below as usual. I hope you all have a wonderful run up to Christmas. I'll hopefully be getting a few more videos up before Christmas for you. And yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.